Remember that feeling when the Khabib versus Connor fight was announced?
Oh, yeah.
That instant buzz, right? The feeling something huge was coming, almost like goosebumps, knowing you're about to see a real war.
Absolutely.
Mm.
That kind of feeling, it only happens with certain fighters. And Khabib Nurmagomedov, the Eagle, he definitely generated that.
Yeah, he
And
really did.
I mean, think about it. An unreal 26-0 record at that point. In MMA, everyone, well, nearly everyone makes mistakes eventually. But Khabib just,
Yeah.
he hadn't.
It's like he was playing a different game almost. Not just avoiding mistakes, but the way he dominated,
Yeah.
just relentless, became, maybe the most dominant force we've seen.
Right.
So today, we're going to do a deep dive into his career, really try and unpack what made him this undefeated powerhouse. We've got some great sources, some rare insights from Khabib himself, people close to him. Our mission is to kind of give you the shortcut, grasp his whole journey quickly from those really humble roots in Dagestan to, well, global superstardom. Not just what happened, but why it all connects with so many people.
And that why, it really does start way back.
Yeah.
Deep in his upbringing.
Yeah.
Khabib, he was born, raised in this small village, very traditional, up in the mountains of Dagestan, Russia.
Right.
And that nickname, the Eagle, it's not just random. He said himself, because this area is named like Eagle area. It's tied right to where he's from. Grew up in a very traditional place with very traditional family. That connection's important.
And his father, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, coach and father, his influence sounds immense, almost legendary.
It really does. He wasn't just any coach. This guy was a Russian military vet. And get this, the Russian Book of Records called him the most successful combat Sambo coach in the country.
Wow.
Yeah. Friends used to say, doesn't matter where my father was going, he always had a bag with him and training stuff.
Always ready.
Always. If he showed up in a city, first find a place to sleep, then immediately priority one. Try to find a gym. That dedication is, well, it's something else.
Just singular focus. And that obviously fed into Khabib's training, which sounds, well, pretty unconventional.
Unconventional is putting it mildly. Khabib started wrestling super young, like 3 or 4 years old.
Okay.
But the story everyone talks about, the almost mythical one, is him wrestling a bear as a kid.
Right, the bear wrestling.
And when the bear apparently tried to bite him, his dad just told him, bite him back.
Seriously? Bite him back?
Yeah. His father really believed that kind of thing, that extreme experience, would prep him for the big arena, make him able to handle any pressure. It wasn't just physical, it was forging him mentally. Brutally, you could say.
I mean, wrestling a bear, it gives you a whole different perspective on pressure, I guess. What kind of edge does that even give you psychologically in a pro fight?
It's hard to even imagine. Yeah.
Khabib called his dad's coaching style a bit of a dictator. He talked about his first camp, 2005, just filled with pain, demanding perseverance. This wasn't easy street.
Not at all. Pure dedication. Khabib's own philosophy was just sleep, train, eat, repeat.
That simple.
Almost obsessive. He felt like even training morning and night, it was not enough time. He'd say, I have to go one more time. His belief was, you have to be very hungry or other way like someone going to come and hurt you. That constant drive.
That hunger, that relentless approach, it clearly worked. His amateur record is insane.
It really is. Won over 100 fights in combat Sambo. That Russian mix of wrestling, judo, striking, perfect MMA base.
Perfect base.
2-time Russian champ, 2-time world champ in Sambo. And his dad made sure he trained everything, freestyle wrestling, Greco-Roman, that old Greek MMA style thing.
Right, pancreas.
Grappling, amateur MMA, combat Sambo, and the bear wrestling. Yeah. Built this incredibly solid, multi-skilled foundation. You couldn't find a hole.
Yeah, foundation built for one thing, complete dominance. And he was ready pretty young, wasn't he? Like 18 for his pancration debut.
Exactly. Signed up for this one-day pancration tournament, just ran through everyone, won his first couple fights by submission, kept rolling right to the final, showed that killer instinct early.
Building momentum. Then his pro MMA debut in 2008. How'd that go?
Another win. Triangle choke finish. Even then, people were saying he was a beast, a scary beast. You could kind of see it coming.
Yeah, the signs were there. And he just kept winning. Racked up, 16 wins? 16 NUR before the UFC finally called in 2011.
16-0.
His UFC debut, that was against Kamal Shaloras, felt like a statement win, right?
Oh, absolutely. Brutal ground and pound, just relentless striking on the ground. Got the finish quick. Perfect 16-0, record intact. Commentators were shouting, what a debut. And they were right.
And from then on, his style was just Khabib style. Unmistakable.
Totally. Someone described it perfectly. He doesn't play jiu-jitsu with you.
Mm.
He locks up your arms. He gets into a safe position and beats you up.
Yeah, it wasn't just about getting the takedown. It was that crushing pressure after the takedown.
Exactly. Smothering. He'd neutralize your arms, pin your hips, just grind you down, make you feel totally helpless. You'd see guys just suffer and then give up in a way that looks very bad. Broken mentally, too.
He wasn't just winning, he was breaking records doing it. That Gleason-Tebow fight, the takedown.
Oh, yeah, the UFC record. 21 takedowns in one fight.
21. That's almost 1 a minute in a 3-round fight. Just relentless.
Unreal. And it kept rolling. Big wins over Thiago Tavares, Rafael dos Anjos. Won that RDA fight by unanimous decision. Just seemed unstoppable.
But he did hit some roadblocks, right? Injuries.
He did. Had a tough stretch, was out over a year with injuries. That can really derail a career.
For sure.
But Khabib came back just as relentless, fought Darrell Horcher, absolutely demolished his opponent, got the stoppage. UFC record went to 7-0. That bounce back showed serious grit.
And that grit, that resilience got tested hard against Michael Johnson. That fight was kind of wild.
It really was. Khabib actually got caught early, looked hurt, a bit wobbly.
I remember that.
But he recovered, turned it around, and just mauled Johnson.
Yeah.
Got the submission. But the big thing, the viral moment, was between rounds.
Talking to Dana White.
Yeah, looked right at Dana and said, I know who I am, and the man he calls your boy is, of course, Conor McGregor. Boom. That's when that fire really got lit.
That set the stage. But he didn't get the title shot right away, did he? Had to fight Barboza first.
Right. Felt like one more hurdle the UFC put in front of him, but Khabib just did his thing, dominated in every aspect. Barboza was tough, went the distance, but Khabib was just levels above.
Total control.
Showed that confidence, that focus. He had that great quote, didn't he? When Eagle's hungry, what you gonna do? You have to eat. This is my plan. I had to catch somebody inside the cage. Just primal.
Love that. Then the title shot drama. What a mess that was.
Oh, man. Total chaos. Supposed to fight Tony Ferguson, finally.
Fight everyone wanted.
Everyone. Then Ferguson pulls out. Freak knee injury. Like, days before the fight. Remember the commentator saying, unfortunately, this is not an April joke?
Yeah, unbelievable.
So Max Holloway steps in. Brave move, super short notice, but then the commission pulls him out. Unfit to fight. Brutal weight cut issues.
Just chaos. So who did he end up fighting for? The belt?
Ali Quinta. Another guy stepping in on basically no notice. The whole lead-up was just uncertainty and last-minute switches. Insane.
And right in the middle of all that craziness, the bus incident happens.
Yeah, things took a really dark turn there. Conor McGregor shows up with like 20 to 30 goons, storms the Barclays Center loading dock.
Throws the dolly at the bus.
Exactly. Attacks the bus. Habib and other fighters were on. That just changed everything. It wasn't trash talk anymore. It created this deep, obvious hostility. Made that rivalry deeply, deeply personal. Added this whole other layer of real animosity.
Unbelievable backdrop to a title fight. But Khabib still had to fight Iaquinta through all that.
And he did. Stayed focused, utterly dominant. For 25 minutes, showed everything. Takedowns, control, striking improved too. Won the unanimous decision.
And finally champion.
Finally. Dagestan got its first UFC champion. Khabib became the new undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
After all that.
Which, of course, just made the eventual McGregor fight even bigger. The biggest fight in UFC history.
No doubt. The buildup was just electric. You had McGregor, the absolute master of mental warfare, hitting him with everything. Taunts about wrestling, about family, the infamous Irish Gorillas line.
Yeah, he was relentless.
But Khabib mostly stayed cool, focused, had those ice-cold replies like asking if Conor thought whiskey gonna help him.
Yeah.
Just a total clash of styles and personalities.
You could feel that tension boiling over, especially at the weigh-ins, all the Irish fans booing.
Oh, yeah. But Khabib just soaked it in, defiant, screaming back, I'm gonna smash your boy.
And then in the fight, he did.
Pretty much delivered on the promise. Dominated round 1 on the ground. Round 2, landed that massive right hand, dropped McGregor.
Huge moment.
Huge. Eventually got the choke in the 4th round. Fight over. But the chaos wasn't.
No, it definitely wasn't. Khabib jumping the cage.
Yeah, went after Conor's corner. Then Khabib's teammates jumped in the cage, threw a punch at McGregor. It was just, all hell is broken loose, as the commentator yelled. Complete pandemonium. Unprecedented stuff.
Just an absolutely wild scene. But after all that drama, the suspension, everything, he came back still dominant.
Remarkably focused, really. His return fight was against Dustin Poirier, the interim champ. That was a really Very high-level fight, two top pound-for-pound guys.
Poirier had his moments, right? That guillotine choke looked tight for a second.
It did. Poirier definitely tried to choke him, but
Yeah.
Khabib stayed calm, escaped. He talked about it later, said something like, Poirier tried to choke me, but no way I'm going to tap in front of my father. That thought, his father watching, was just this incredible motivator.
Wow, that connection was just everything to him. And then the world changed for everyone, didn't it? The pandemic.
Yeah, COVID hit. And it just tragically, irrevocably, forever changed Khabib's life. He lost his father to complications from the virus.
Just devastating. His father wasn't just his coach, he was his mentor, his rock, the core of everything.
Absolutely, a profound loss. But incredibly, he decided he had one more fight left in him against Justin Gaethje.
That fight felt different, like it was purely for his father.
Deeply personal, yeah. He was representing his father.
Yeah.
Gaethje was dangerous. Incredible power, different style challenge. But Khabib, he was still the most unsolvable puzzle in MMA.
How did he win that one?
Methodical breakdown. Got Gaethje down, secured a triangle choke, transitioned it beautifully into an armbar when Gaethje defended.
Yeah.
Just elite grappling, even with all that emotional weight.
And then that retirement, right there in the cage.
Yeah, that moment hit hard, took the gloves off, said it was his last fight, said, no way I'm going to come here without my father.
So emotional.
You could feel it. He talked about how all my life, my father training me, how he's, first of all, was my father's second. He was my coach all my life. I spent time with him. It was clear, his main drive, his promise to his mother after his father's death.
Yeah.
It was time.
That bond was just unbreakable. And without his father there.
The motivation shifted. His final words were really powerful, too. He said, I want to be free because I'm eager. I want to fly.
Yeah.
Before my time come, I want to be fly. I want to be free. It felt like a release. Retiring from fighting, but also maybe from that immense pressure of being undefeated, of carrying that legacy, a legend stepping away on his own terms.
So wrapping this up for you, the listener, Khabib's career, it's this unique mix, isn't it? Raw talent, sure, but forged by that relentless, almost brutal training. All built on these deep family values, this unyielding will, and that powerful connection to his Dagestani roots. From, wrestling bears to becoming this global UFC icon, it's just a one-of-a-kind story. Shows what happens when incredible physical gifts meet an absolutely unbreakable spirit.
And it leaves you thinking, right, Khabib always talked about that hunger, that belief that you have to be very hungry, or other way, like someone's going to come and hurt you.
Right.
And then he retires right after losing his father, the man who fueled so much of that hunger. So what does his journey really tell us about, I guess, the ultimate cost of being that dominant, and about the kinds of deep personal motivations that drive that kind of unparalleled success in any field?
Yeah, that's a great question. What drives your own hunger to achieve? Hopefully this deep dive gave you some new perspective on one of the absolute greats, and maybe, just maybe, a different look at what fuels human achievement itself.